3 signs you're standing at the final threshold before a breakthrough. There is always a point in real transformation where the darkness feels heavier than anything you've faced before. Not because you're lost, but because you're close. The last stretch before a breakthrough is never calm. It's conflict. And if you're experiencing it, it's because you're nearing something enormous. But before it reveals itself, it will test you. 1. You feel profoundly alone. Even when people surround you, there's a particular kind of quiet that settles in right before everything shifts. You begin pulling back, not from sadness, but instinct. You stop explaining. You stop justifying. You stop trying to make others understand, because you finally recognize no one else can carry this part for you. Epictetus said, "It's impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows, and the world still clings to what it thinks it knows. Illusions, comfort, noise, but not you." The solitude you feel isn't punishment. It's cleansing. It's the removal of shallow attachments, automatic behaviors, and emotional clutter. What remains is the unfiltered version of you. And only in that quiet do you meet the person you were meant to grow into. We've all felt it. Cold eyes when we step back. Silent distance when we choose discipline instead of distraction. But here's the truth. You're not alone. You're just no longer living like everyone else. This silence around you isn't emptiness. It's elevation. You're no longer chasing noise, just as a lion doesn't chase barking dogs. People may think you're distant, but really, you're growing beyond what once held you. In this rare quiet, you finally meet the stronger version of yourself. 2. You feel an urgent need to walk away from what no longer fits your life. There's a moment where pretending becomes impossible. Not in conversations, not in your job, not in your habits, not even in the way you speak to yourself. You start feeling uneasy at the idea of staying the same. Uneasy with chasing what others told you to want. Uneasy with betraying your own truth just to fit in. Seneca warned, as long as you live, keep learning how to live. And learning how to live means letting go of what once felt safe but now feels suffocating. The discomfort you're feeling? That's not confusion. It's clarity. You're not lost. You're shedding an old layer. Others won't understand. They'll call you impulsive. They'll claim you've changed. Good. That's the point. Growth is rebellion, the quiet kind, because it forces you to release identities you've outgrown and enter a future no one can predict for you. But remember this, a comfortable cage is still a cage. And if you're scratching at the walls, it means your spirit is waking up. Your soul is rejecting anything that shrinks you. And staying the same now feels like betrayal. A lion doesn't chase opinions, and you're done chasing expectations that were never yours. Comfort feels like decay, while growth pulls you forward. This isn't recklessness. It's clarity. 3. The emotions that once controlled you start losing their grip. This sign is subtle, but it's the strongest one. You no longer react the way you used to. Anger shows up but doesn't settle in. Fear knocks but finds no entry. Sadness rises but passes like clouds drifting across a still mountain. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." And that's the power you're beginning to reclaim. You're starting to see the storm from above, realizing pain isn't an enemy. It's training. We've all been chained to our emotions at some point, overreacting, shutting down, drowning in what we couldn't control. But now you're becoming formidable. Because stillness is frightening to those who've never faced their own. Because a person who no longer begs for approval can never be controlled. You may not fully see it yet, but something inside you is shifting. The chaos you're feeling is the breaking of the old structure within. The resistance before rebirth. The noise before the quiet. The fire before the illumination. Your emotions still appear, but they no longer decide your direction. Like a tiger that doesn't roar at every shadow, you've stopped reacting to every disturbance. This calm isn't weakness, it's mastery. You're becoming someone even your old fears can't influence anymore. If you're drained, if walking alone feels heavy, if no comes out of your mouth without guilt, if your inner storms are starting to fade, hear this clearly. You're not at the end. You're standing at the doorway. Do not turn around. Not now. Not when the breakthrough is inches away. Let them call you cold. Let them say you've become distant. Let them whisper that you've changed. Because one day they'll call you unbreakable. And when that day arrives, you'll realize you never shattered. You broke through. Let them sleep. We rise. If this message reached you in the dark, that wasn't chance. Some of us weren't made to chase noise. We were built to endure, to rise softly, to master the inner battlefield. If the fire inside you feels stronger than before, subscribe. Here, we don't hunt motivation. We build discipline. And when the world sleeps, we train.